Call and response, everybody likes that with poetry. My name is Ed Baby, I'm your host tonight. You have coming up 15 of the hottest poets you could possibly want to have underneath one roof right here at the Un.P.S. Poetry Conference, first ever annual one going on. Y'all been here the past few days, some of you checking out workshops, open mics, getting busy yourself, doing the damn thing. Some of y'all came tonight and don't know what you've been missing. So we're going to give you a sample of what happens when you workshop, work on your poetry. And these people that are coming up here, the people that are taking it to that next level, they're not just your usual, everyday 5 minutes up on the phone, walking into the open mic type of cats, really. So that means we need to get energy up in here because they perform better when there's an added energy. Those know what that means. Energy means noise. It means clapping your hands, stomping your feet. It means acting a damn fool. It means you just got baptized and Kirk Franklin dropped his pants. Oh! Feel me? Kind of. No. Kirk Franklin. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you how you're doing tonight. You're going to respond by saying one simple word. No matter how big or small you are, it's an easy word to remember. The word is aight. That's it. It's spelled A-I-I-G-H-T for all my uppity ass folks. You can take a little swoosh, put over I, put over either one, it doesn't change a damn thing. I must ask you how we're doing. You're going to say aight. You're going to say it so loud. Somebody in the back actually going to say it so loud. Rachel is going to scream, and my left nipple's going to get hard. We will keep going until you do both things and make them both happen, and there won't be no control tonight, no features, no nothing. We just this shit back and forth. So the sooner you do it right, the sooner we can move on. Cool? Speaking of cool, if things a little warm in here, make sure to let somebody know what kind of bring the temperature down. Because the poetry is going to be hot enough. So there's a little toast there. Un.P.S. Conference and now concert poetry jam. How we doing tonight? We alright? Rachel didn't scream. If Rachel don't just like a little scream out, it ain't happening. Let's try this again. Un.P.S. Poetry Slam Jam, whatever the hell you want to call it, concert tonight. How we doing tonight? We alright? You see? Oh, yeah, right here, right here. That's what we are. I mean, the folks like this. Doubling up to fall for that and watching these Negroes nipple grow. Last call and response, make sure y'all listen. Repeat after me, you ready? It's real easy. What? 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 Okay. Okay. Ready? What? Ready? What? Yeah, she did. But it's all right. Let's go get this thing started. What else some of the people you got coming up here tonight? Forgive me, normally I would have like mad memorized, but we got like 47 people coming up for y'all tonight. You have, consider this, you have Desiree, you have Tenders Alongo, you have a million more people. Asia, you have Georgia Lee, you have Linda Riley, you have Tommy Bottoms. Making up names, people scream. You have Tasha Jones. You have Black Ice. You have Mr. Riggs. You have Rebecca Butterfly Vaughn. You have Life. You have Katie Bush. I think that's everybody. I was going to start just making up some people. You got Pookie in them. Right. And you got Ray Dominguez. Ready for a show, so here's what's up. I'm going to let you know the first handful of folks you got coming up in order, so you can be ready for them, the poets can be ready for them. Photography, just make sure to be respectful of the poet. Don't come right up and pop off a bright flashing light behind in the middle of their piece. But other than that, I want you to challenge these poets tonight. Make noise. Don't wait till the end of the poem. During the poem, you feel it? Scream, holler, clap, cheer, throw bras, underwear, socks, jock straps, condoms, unused condoms. Whatever the case is, there's some sisters up there. There's some sisters coming to the microphone. Whatever it is, get involved and get into it. Cool. You're a poet, they're a poet, so we all gonna rock these poems tonight, yes? And I know it's gonna be a little too cute to like have a good time, right? Rachel, didn't want to come too cute to have a good time? No? You can let me know. Point them out. We good? Beyond that, the most important man up in this place this evening, believe it or not, put your left hand and your right hand together for my DJ. DJ, make it y'all do something every time I call somebody, y'all gonna make noise. stage. He's going to give you hype-ass music to make sure you make noise when they touch the stage. So we're going to test it out with the first poet we got coming up here tonight, coming all the way from the back of the room. But y'all catch that. Consider this, you ready? Yeah. Consider this, you ready? Yeah. Y'all make y'all consider something. Consider your left hand and right hand coming together right now. So consider this, y'all.
So let's get this thing done. Y'all ready? Yeah. I am at war at home. I don't need to go to war. You see, I'm fighting with today's youth whose mindsets tell them that there's no tomorrow, whose socioeconomic plight dictates that they can no longer go next door with a cup for sugar tomorrow. Because they don't have it. It's like, oh baby, they're going to cut my stamps. Or your next door neighbor might be a crack addict, and who wants to take that chance? Preach it. Imagine the inner city monopoly game. With one die, with one dot there for only one chance to advance, and community chess cards become government vouchers and subsidized programs, while chance cards become damn if only I get a chance. First, for real, honestly, on every corner you gotta put Chinese food stores, liquor stores, and delis, and spread the ownership equally amongst the Asians, East Indian, and Israelis. Right. Now you can pass go. Baltic Ave, that purple spot is for low-income residents, so in between houses and hotels you gotta put substations for the perception of increased police presence. Oriental Ave, you know, Chinatown is on the other side of the tracks, and you can watch how they segregate their community, only hiring within, but there's no racism in commerce, so green money can be black. How true is it, y'all, that either you're in jail or you just visiting? Right. Should speak volumes that upon your release you gotta go to St. Charles Way towards higher taxes and property values across another set of tracks where the trains no longer running, and the ghetto that's symbolism for the tracks and the fiend's arms where the veins no longer running, the hunger pains that strain the sun's will won't stop. Preach it. But you gotta keep going just to collect $200, and your only refuge right now is this free parking lot. So some time passes, you get a silver card, you got a job working at Waterworks, and you living in Marvin Gardens. And suddenly you feel like a trip to Boardwalk and Park Place until the officer headbangs your part and says, go directly to jail. Or better yet, never let your mind leave society's environmental prison. Hopefully my wisdom inspires infinite prison-like beings alike that traject through broken home spirits and projects. If I'm not part of the solution, then I digress. It's not that Sharpton Jackson soapbox speech with played out cliches like hope got reached. The Ashanti tribe has a saying that when you pray, move your feet. I say that evolution is a part of the revolution, so watch TV. How else can it be that an unsupervised child and another child we got blamed on race and music? It's funny how the American media conducts these orchestrations this way. Because they're afraid to face the music. You see, I'm not the type to have nothing to do with something I have nothing to do with. I am here to pave the way. That's why I do this. I'm here until Fox, Murdoch, and O'Reilly are no longer factors, and our role models are factors. Athletes and actors. So yo, roll the dice.
We got a young lady coming up to the microphone. Is that all right with y'all? Yeah. Cool. This sister was busy earlier today. Her job is off the hook, and in turn, another company said 500 of their employees just on the strength of her words to come over and help them out. So you know she got a poem for y'all, right? Left hand, right hand. Make them come together right now. Desiree, everybody. Desiree.
I'm just going to go straight to the poem. How about that?
That's right.
The other night, well, I decided to write this poem, and even though I was hoping for something to come out on a more positive note, it just didn't happen like that. And before I knew it, Morse codes and metaphors began to flow about deep secrets that hold onto the soul and just refuse to let go. And even though I tried to kill my true feelings, they just wouldn't lay down and die. They kept coming forth like Lazarus, and they refused to be denied. With hurt so deep sleep, I swear I saw my paper begin to cry. See, I wanted to write about happy feelings, love, and sunshine, but my pen became silent. So instead, I had to settle for rain and pray for enough strength to endure this poem, to write about pain. And as my pen began to ease against my notebook, I felt free. I felt the pulse between my fingers as my words began to breathe. Feeling like they were taking on a life of their own, like it could jump right off the paper of me. And I noticed that this feeling soon became addictive, but the details of my life were just a little too descriptive, but I still couldn't stop it. It was as if my pen was on autopilot and it just refused to be rerouted. As pain became my muse. And after all, what do I have to lose but maybe a few demons on my back? Maybe a few knots on my stomach. In fact, maybe, just maybe, this poem can help me find my way back or help me find my true identity, even though the fear in me has always wondered, what if? The reflection in the mirror walks away because it's just a little too disappointed. But who knows? Maybe that's just what I need is a confrontational episode, something to help me find the piece of the puzzle I can never quite put my finger on, so I use it to hold on to this pen and write. After every line will be one less tear I would cry, one less breath I would hold aside, one less sleepless night once I got this poem out, right? Come on, girl. It's like it just decided to invade my body like an entity, and the only form of exorcism was to write it out of me, possessed by the power of the pen, searching for the strength within, and that's when I finally realized it. I didn't write this poem. This poem wrote me. This poem chose me to be the narrator, the main character, describe an unfortunate chain of events, plots with suspense, mixed with terror. See, forget about Shakespeare. See, tragedy plus comedy equals me. Motivation mixed with depression with the interception of affection equals me. Screaming S on my chest for Superwoman, but really feeling like a mess. Confused in my own existence, taking on so many identities and dimensions, metamorphism has just become another hobby. A clinical case study, extreme anxiety diagnosis. But once again, this poem I chose me. It chose me. To stand right here and use my country-style dialect, to recreate past events that only this poem knows the proper etiquette, like how it felt when my father died, or how it felt when that stranger forced himself inside, or how when my unborn child died, it killed me spiritually. Or how to know that I was 1 week away from losing everything, and even though I take the shirt off my back, no one offered me a damn thing. And yeah, this moment may seem damaging, but honestly, it repaired me. And not just a bandage either, but it carefully put me back together again. It came to me one night, invaded in my sleep, manifested in my subconscious, and see, once a poem has chosen, you cannot stop it. There is no rest for the weary. You must conceive it like immaculate conception. You must breathe it. You must birth it like your Mother Earth. And it's a part of the universe. But see, once I got my poem out, it was like it had given me mouth to mouth. For every line I managed to scribble out, and yes, I might have had a little bit to do with it, but my mental capability doesn't even have the capacity to create just a masterpiece, poetry, the true expression of art, and I am just the brush. It is responsible for every stroke on this beautiful canvas, for every life-changing experience, for every notion, for every truth ever spoken, for every eyebrow rose, and for every nerve ending cut open and exposed. And see, now I can stand before you and tell you there were days I wished to slip my own wrist with razor blades, just to use my blood to write me. So you would never question if my message came from the heart. You see, this poetry gave insomnia sleep. This poetry gave a torture so peace. So I thank God that this poem chose me to take my spiritual connection that was once lost in translation, caught up in the purgatory of poetry, caught up in the raft of this poem. For we are all the chosen to write to our own salvation.
This next brother coming up to the microphone was in the workshop earlier. Number 1, he's smooth. Number 2, he's cool. Number 3, he's intelligent. Number 4, he's deep. Number 5, he's a poet. Number 6, he's a singer. Number 7, he's a rapper. Number 8, he's an instrumentalist. Big word. In other words, he's something we normally don't see brothers do. He's a violinist. Don't get sexy. Don't get sexy about it. Don't get sexy about it. So he's about to come up and combine all that for you in one poem. Like, that's 5 minutes of funk like you ain't never seen before. So forget Houdini, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together and let us know. Yeah, say this right. Teddy Zalongo.
used to let the mic smoke. Now I said that the burn is trash.
Without love in the world so cold, life is like a struggle. I guess what I'm trying to say, y'all, a life without love ain't living at all. See, without love in the world so cold, life is like a struggle. I guess what I'm trying to say to y'all, a life without love ain't living at all. See, I'm from the ill and this ruthless here. All the deaths in the youth this year makes it hard to reduce these tears. And most disputes end shit in here. But when the pigs roll up, many spooked in fear. So train where we remain in hell. It's the new plan. Takes you your job, the block in the cell where it's so hard to tell who's really down by your side. Cause when them shots fly, fake guys will fall behind until I fall. My mind standing tall and I'm gon' shine cause I'm reflecting the sun. Human rights is what I'm repping, stepping second to none. Accepting the lesson that's neglected by some. Expressing a message, been blessed on my tongue. Deception's the weapon affecting the young. Truth is protection when the aggressors act done. With all the breath in my lungs, I'm a stress for reparations to come. And for my folks to stop hating and be a nation of one. And Lord knows, man, without love in the world so cold, life is like a struggle. I guess what I'm trying to say to y'all, a life without love ain't living at all. Without love in the world so cold, life is like a struggle. I guess what I'm trying to say to y'all, a life without love ain't living at all. They got drugs flowing through the streets intentionally. But if I'm blowing drug, your minister is mentioning me. I'm trying to get y'all attention, but you squinting to see what I'm speaking because you too timid to step to the beast. I'm like Peter on the wall, to sip I won't fall. I'm screaming warrior life, I'm standing tall. One step behind the next, it got me far from the wall. I'm scared to fall from all y'all that's involved with the law. Cause the hood is ice, and the police is winter skates. Get locked up for life, trying to provide for your dinner plate. In this world full of strife, you live a life full of inner hate, trying to teach a child right. Do you see a